It's a draw ranger. It's almost like the same story like a Spectre. You need to keep that support up. Middle lane, God, well, he's in real trouble. The double damage. S4 will get the last attack. Actually, no, Bane! He denies him up, and now S4, they turn it around! FNG finds it only one, but he can go for a second. The space away from Nuts. Nuts is actually dying to that nightmare, but he will not go the whole way.
Even I'd say pretty good versus the Doombringer.
This is really good for them. They're smoked up on top of a dire Observer Ward. Well, it could have been until the smoke broke.
I mean, they're in a position to kill G2.
Oh god, the Fiend's Grip, Admiral Bulldog, the Shackle ends up, well, the ulti did fly out, but there's a big crush over on VP with the Lich only bouncing around. God's very low, the focus fire from S4 doesn't work. They'll still lose Nuts as well as Loda. And Alliance have to bail out of here. All they end up doing for that big crush, for the big ulti, is taking out the Aegis.
It was looking pretty good. The Chain Frost was decent, but so many summons from the Broodmother, so many creeps coming out, and of course, like the double heal from Brain Sap and Mech also kind of mitigated that. And Queen of Pain blinked in, she got obliterated. She does not have enough armor to blink in there.
It could have been a very different story if that Shackle came out a fraction earlier from S4, because he could have cancelled the Requiem of Souls. And that would have made a very, very different fight. Now, jump forward, the Doom's over on Illidan. There should be a very dead Dro Ranger. FNG hanging behind him. They got that scream damage, but God also looking for the raid. Hits pretty hard to Admiral Bulldog. FNG low, RK with the last attack. He'll kill off FNG. As Admiral Bulldog forced back as those familiars keeping him out of the fight. It's Nuts who moves forward to take out Visage as we split once again. God.
Pain, but I mean, you want your starter to be able to do damage, to be able to stay in there and fight.
Real trouble for him. Nightmare, Fiend's Grip, and God, well, he's going to wind it up and let it rip. S4 can't win run away. That Requiem as well as Ray's doing all the work, and that's 50 seconds without a buyback for the Wind Ranger. And in fact, they might even lose Nuts. He's orchided up, can't get himself away. He's going to pop to the Broodmother, and there's two heroes down. Queen of Pain can buy back, but this is really going to set it back on the Aghanim Scepter. But what's your other choice? You're going to lose mid.
I mean, Alliance are just feeling squeezed out of the map right now. They're just like, okay, we're getting out-farmed.
Gotta be careful when he gets Gust Silence like that by Illidan. That's a level 4 as well. That silence lasts for so long. So the range racks drops.
I mean, where's the wave clear? All these Broodlings are still up.
Yeah, they need Sonic Wave. You actually need his trigger off the Shiva's Guard as well as a Scorched Earth, but now they run themselves in and they do get that combo off, but God, he just stands his ground with that BKB up. Another Orchid's already going off on Admiral Bulldog. It looks like he'll end up surviving. He won't pop from it. And Nuts jumps forward. The Sonic Wave's already been blown. S4 can't find that Shackle. Only that first little initial stun on Illidan. And these familiars from Lil buy them the space, but Alliance, they need kills. A Blink Crush from Loda, catching Illidan as well as FNG. FNG looks for the Nightmare, the silence. Okay, it's not going to do enough. Not while the Lich Holy's bouncing around already. And Nuts is forward. Illidan, Mana Style breaking free, but the Shiva's Guard's closing back down again. And another Crush from Loda, giving S4 a double kill.
Make him the one to go back and defend, because if they see someone like Slaughter or a Doom, they're instantly going to go.
Crush, that Forstaff gets FNG out of trouble, and now they can feed script on S4. Forstaff out a very long way. God's still going to go for this Requiem of Souls. It'll hit S4 on the edge, but now Doombringer back in the fight with a Sonic Wave hitting so hard. Nuts doesn't have a way out of this one. He jumps in with no exit strategy, and now Loda and Admiral Bulldog scampering themselves away. Oh, for now, maybe when Bulldog rotates himself down, but the Brood just wants to push in through that middle lane, but Bulldog, he initiates. This time they get on top of Illidan, and Illidan's so low, but FNG's Fiend Script, it controls them up. The Drone Ranger will actually drop. That Lich Holy doing some considerable damage as Loda back in again with a Crush, and the follow-up bash going through 3, but Godzilla has so much damage. S4, he'll burn through the Aegis. Meanwhile, amid Brood doing brutally things, taking out that melee Rax. Loda, he wants to try and fight. TV out, that's not going to work. The Shackle, however, controls up God. It's a rampage for God, and S4 has to retreat back out. That SF is just way too big for Alliance to deal with, and they have no buybacks on their dead heroes. It's Alliance, even with good Blink Crushes, you get loaded with a triple kill, and it's just like there's nothing else to follow up after that point. And VP, they got such sustainable damage just because the SF is so huge. Admiral Bulldog, now with the blink forward, he really wants this kill over on God, and maybe they can get it, but they have to get through that evasion. Able to do so, S4, a little bit harder, and in fact, no, not when the Rays are there. God takes one, Bulldog's down for over a minute. RK is going to join him as Phobos just goes to work, drove back the front lines, and this really is the game. VP, they've controlled it perfectly. They've done the Dro proud. Loda will miss his stun. Bane actually fiend scripts over on the Slaughter. They'll switch the Nightmare over, but already VP with the extra stuns from the familiars. S4 will drop. Phobos will survive to the bitter end. I think S4 just wants to get a little bit of revenge here. He can't reach him. In fact, he's going to get gussed up by Elden. The tier 4 towers are attacked, and there it is. 11-22. Virtus.pro will end up taking the game against Alliance, eliminating them from this Frankfurt major.
I really like how G just stood up there in man mode. He's like, I am God. You cannot kill me.
He really is. And he had support everywhere across the map. The control was perfect from VP. They're on comfort heroes. The familiars were dropping everywhere. The Broodmother was always adding pressure.